Hey, let's talk about the Great Knoxville Shift, or the Great East Tennessee Shift as it is. The neighborhoods everyone was fighting to buy in Knoxville just 2 years ago are now the ones buyers are starting to walk away from. But here's the thing, most of them aren't leaving East Tennessee at all. They're just choosing a different part of it. So today I'm breaking down which areas are cooling, which areas people are actually moving to instead, and what's really driving in this shift. I've been a realtor here in the East Tennessee region for over 10 years, and what's happening right now in 2026 is one of the most interesting changes I've ever seen in this market. And if you want to stay ahead of the changing East Tennessee market, make sure to hit that subscribe button right now and turn on notifications so you never miss out on our weekly local updates. All right, what we're really seeing right now is some of those pandemic run up prices starting to cool off. And that's exactly what the data is showing. This is a market reset. Knoxville is still incredibly strong, but some areas have simply become too expensive. Buyers aren't leaving East Tennessee. They're choosing homes and locations that better fit their budget and priorities. Buyers are avoiding higher prices, crazy traffic along Pellissippi Parkway and Kingston Pike corridors, smaller lot sizes, and a lower quality of life. The areas that are under the most pressure are the ones that got most expensive during that 2020 to 2023 run up, especially urban condos downtown and the high cost neighborhoods out west. One place where the shift is really clear is going to be West Knoxville and Farragut. Farragut still works great for some buyers, but others are starting to feel like it just doesn't work for them anymore. Across West Knoxville and Farragut, typical single family home values sit in the mid 600,000s and can easily push way past the $700,000 to $800,000 mark. Price growth has flattened out a lot since those peak years. There's a little bit more inventory in those higher price points. Homes that literally used to sell within 24 to 48 hours during that crazy peak of the COVID years. Now, many are taking about 45 to 60 days to go under a contract, and buyers are much more cognizant of seller credits and inspection issues, especially higher priced luxury homes and downtown condos. Condos and townhomes have definitely been a high volatile segment. Rent growth in multifamily units actually flattened out and started dropping last year as a massive wave of new inventory finally hit the market. Downtown condos and high density new construction out west got incredibly expensive when everyone wanted to live near the action or the top rated schools. But now that inventory is loosened up and we're starting to see those signals catch their breath. With mortgage rates sitting around 6 to 6.4, 6.5%, not a lender, but that's the average. Buyers are dealing with monthly payments that didn't exist when rates were under 3% just a few years ago. By the way, I put together a completely free, updated Knoxville relocation guide that's going to walk you through neighborhoods, cost of living metrics, and local secrets you need to know. Just message me at the number on the screen with your email, and my team at Keyo Homes will shoot that guide directly to your inbox. Plus, if you want to chat directly about buying or selling, you can book a quick call with me through that same number. All right, let's get back to why the county numbers are shifting. So let's get specific with Knox County, the heavy hitter of East Tennessee, where there's a lot more going on than just the home prices. Knox County has been the anchor of our local real estate market for years. But lately, there are a few new pressures showing up that are making some residents start looking elsewhere. After years of relentless price growth, many Knox County homes are now completely out of reach for first time and move up buyers, especially with today's interest rates. Many buyers who used to search in West Knoxville or Cedar Bluff or even Carnes are starting to look further west out towards Loudoun County or further north into Anderson County because the numbers just work better for their family. Residents are also getting frustrated with the sheer density and traffic we're experiencing right now. It's not the only reason people are moving, but when you're sitting in gridlock on North Campbell Station Road, you start questioning if it's still worth the premium. We also have a ton of buyers who are simply priced out of the lower priced half of our market, where inventory is still incredibly tight. Because of that, people are downsizing or retiring further out to get more breathing room. The median home price in Knox County right now is about $400,000, which is up just 1% over last year. So thankfully, home prices are starting to level off compared to those double digit spikes we saw a few years ago. Because of that, homes that used to fly off the market in days are now sitting closer to 40 to 50 days on average. Another reason is the impact of rising density and taxes. While Knox County doesn't have a local meals tax or no state income tax, things like that, like some giant metro areas, residents are still feeling the squeeze of rising county property assessments and everyday inflation. When your utility bills, gas, groceries, and taxes go up, paying a premium to live in a crowded school district starts to lose its appeal. In places like Farragut, single family homes frequently start in the 600,000s and climb up to the millions. So buyers who are feeling stretched are starting to look elsewhere at areas like Lenore City, Oak Ridge, or Seymour, where they can find similarly priced homes in the high four to 500,000s. Some people are even going out as far as Roane County or Monroe County to get actual acreage. Knox County Public School is a massive district serving over 60,000 students. And while schools like Farragut and Bearden are highly rated, many buyers realize that they can get great schools in neighboring counties without paying the steep Knox County premium. The math is definitely starting to push buyers in a brand new direction. We're also dealing with this in the downtown Knoxville condo market. Right next door to the suburbs, downtown Knoxville and the UT campus area are dealing with something completely different. The monthly cost of condo living is one of the wildest things in our market. Downtown is one of the most vibrant, walkable places in East Tennessee with amazing restaurants, Market Square, and Neyland Stadium right there. It works beautifully for a lot of buyers, but those urban features can be a headache for others. For instance, if you have a couple of cars, you're going to struggle with parking and navigating home game traffic, and you're probably going to pay monthly for parking for those cars. Downtown condos are built entirely for walkability. Also, on top of your mortgage, you probably have HOA dues and some of these historic or luxury buildings. That can run several $100s a month just for the HOA and amenities fee. Think about that math. You can buy a downtown condo with a total monthly payment of maybe $3,500, or you can go to Blount County or Halls, pay the exact same amount, and own a massive single family home with like a half-acre yard. It just makes sense. Downtown and the campus area also have become a landing spot for a lot of out of state investors, student housing, and short term rentals. For families, they're realizing it's just not the right fit anymore. When you live downtown, the conversation is always, where do you work? Are you connected to the university? Where do you go on game days? Again, it's a very specific lifestyle. When you factor in the high entry prices, HOA fees, and parking struggles, some buyers are starting to hesitate. So, where are they going? If you look at the data, the median sale price for condos has flattened out after jumping massively over the last few years. While high end downtown units still demand a premium, homes on the urban core are sitting in the market much longer than they did a year ago. It really works for a very specific lifestyle, but the monthly overhead is where some buyers start to pump the brakes. Hey, and again, if you want that completely free, updated Knoxville relocation guide that walks you through all the neighborhoods we're talking about, cost of living metrics, and local secrets that only the locals know, just message me at the number on the screen with your email, and my team at Keyo Homes will shoot that guide directly to your inbox. All right, let's go back to the suburbs now. We're seeing similar pressures in traditional suburban pockets like Hardin Valley and Carnes. Home values in some of those highly sought after zip codes look really high on paper, but actual sales are showing a widening gap. Buyers are simply refusing to overpay right now. For many growing families, a $550,000 price tag for a home with zero backyard space doesn't make any sense, but they can get a beautiful, newer home with a massive yard in Maryville or Clinton for a lot less. The daily commute along I 40 or Pellissippi Parkway during rush hour is starting to feel like a bad trade off for buyers already stretched to their financial limit. Traffic has changed a lot in recent years, and we are dealing with insane growth. And some longtime locals are saying the congestion just doesn't fit the peaceful East Tennessee lifestyle they want. Our proximity to the Great Smoky Mountains, lakes, downtown Knoxville is incredible. But when the cost of entry, the commute, and the lack of space all add up, people are deciding it's time to look elsewhere. In some of our highly competitive suburbs, homes that used to sell in a weekend are now sitting 40 to 60 days. This is a clear, healthy slowdown compared to the frantic pace we saw a year or two ago. The premium suburban segment is taking a breather, and many of those buyers are landing elsewhere. So, where's everybody moving to? Well, for one, they're choosing areas where the financial math and lifestyle make perfect sense. They're doing trade off like commute for more space and more nature. The local destinations I'm seeing show up in the data again and again are Blount County, which is kind of the Maryville, Alcoa area, and Anderson County, which is Clinton and Oak Ridge. Moving to Clinton or Oak Ridge might mean a slightly longer drive down I 75 or Pellissippi, but it makes absolute sense for remote workers, Oak Ridge lab employees, or hybrid workers who only head into downtown Knoxville or West Knoxville a couple of days of the week. We're also seeing a huge influx of people moving out toward the lakes, places like Jefferson County or Loudoun County. For most East Tennessee residents, it all comes down to space, keeping our low tax environment, manageable monthly costs, and finding a community that fits. Right now, the surrounding counties are absolutely winning that battle. People aren't leaving the Knoxville area because they don't like it. They're just making highly intentional choices, and hundreds of recent local sales prove it. So, right now, why are Maryville and Clinton booming? In Anderson County, particularly around Clinton, buyers can find home values in the low to mid 300,000s. They can get a newer, lower home on a great piece of land for a much more comfortable monthly payment. Plus, Clinton is booming with incredible lifestyle additions like the massive new Aspire Park. They have the Clinch River for boating, and they have a really large historical antique area downtown, which is drawing people from all over the region. If you look at Maryville and Blount County, median prices are still in a highly attractive range where you can get scenic mountain views and highly rated local schools without the West Knox price tag. And for those wanting a mountain style at a fraction of the cost, moving slightly out towards Seymour or certain parts of Sevier County, not all, but certain parts of it, offers incredible value and plenty of space. Knoxville is still one of the absolute best housing markets in the country to watch in 2026. We have an incredibly strong job base, beautiful outdoor recreation, and a steady stream of buyers coming from higher cost states, but the trade offs are clearer than they've ever been. The buyers who really understand these local dynamics are the one making the best, absolute best financial decisions. So if you own a home in one of these areas that's starting to cool and you want to know exactly where your property stands in today's shifting market, I can give you a super highly accurate real-time home valuation. Just text us your address and your email at the number on the screen, and we'll shoot that valuation right over to you. And if you're looking to move to Knoxville or East Tennessee, shoot me a text or give me a call on the number on the screen. I'd love to help you out. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.